Many unbearable hours later.
First of all, don't ever say grown ass man. It's ghetto.
I don't give a fuck.
Whoa.
Try reading some books.
Do you know what ghetto is?
Maybe. All of you've been to all this college, and I'm like, where's all the college education for all these college educate? You're all in college, and you can't put two.
You're not even using the
feel
word. You're not
so
even using the
bad
word
for
ghetto
you.
right. So
You have like no
He's
backbone.
a grown ass. He's not a grown ass. Man.
have
but
no
saying those words does not make her ghetto.
You have
Like,
no
you
backbone.
know what ghetto
Ghetto
is?
thing to say.
A white
no
woman is saying the word
backbone.
ghetto. Crazy.
I feel bad for you.
Crazy.
I feel bad for you because you're 22 and you're on OnlyFans and you've already hit your peak. And you're
Yo, this is the type of wife any man would pray for. Guys, when you pray for a wife, this is the type of woman you should ask God to give you. Do you see how she's going? She's like, you're not going to speak against my husband.
people say silly things like, oh, I feel sorry for your wife and kids. I always say, I'm happy to come on and, say hello and, just field any questions you guys might have about what it's like to be married to a based Giga Chad like Andrew. So, if you got anything to say, here I am.
Let's go.
I'll
Nobody?
go first then. How do you
Okay.
feel with your husband making these comments on
What
live
comments?
as well? Well, just saying rude things to women or screaming over them. How do you feel with that?
Well, he doesn't say rude things to women until they say something rude to him first. So Bangs was the first one to say, he's got wrinkles and he's old and he's got gray hair and
Okay.
he's gross. So of course he's going to say something back. And they've had exchanges back and forth before. And she's plenty happy to be rude and say mean things to him first. Everyone thinks that's okay because she's a woman. But if Andrew just simply gives her a taste of her own medicine back, you all go, you believe he said that? And it's like, why? Why is it fine for her to insult him, but it's uncalled for when he just simply gives it back to her? What's wrong with that?
Yeah, man, that's facts, man. I love this lady, man. The fact that she's standing up for her husband reminds me of Simone Biles when she stood up for her husband when women were telling her to break up with him because he said he's the prize. Women attacked her. So it's also refreshing. It's always refreshing to see a woman stand up for her man. And these women are all in shock. They're like, she's breaking the sister code. Why are you defending your husband? So who is she supposed to defend? Because we know we have seen in social media so many women, so many wives, so many girlfriends insult and speak bad and disrespect their boyfriends and husbands in social media. And it's championed, it's celebrated. But if a man says the same, he's like, leave him, he's disrespectful. But I'm glad, man. This is a breath of fresh air, man. Shout out to them.
Also, last time I was on here, he said that I wasn't a 10 because I had small boobies.
Oh my goodness.
And I didn't do anything. I just said I was a 10.
I have a question for you too. He said that you're getting worse with age. How do you feel about that?
Well, I've been on the show myself, and I'm 44 years old. I've had 5 kids. So, no, I'm not as hot as I was when I was 22. This is a fact of life that all women have to deal with. The time of your life that you're hot it's short and it's limited. You're not going to always be a hot chick. So, you can't expect that part of your life to last forever. I mean, it's just a fact of life that we all get less attractive as we age. Doesn't mean he's not attracted to me or I'm not attracted to him, but I'm not as hot as I was when I was 22. In fact, when I was on the show, I rated myself a 5. And everybody always gets upset with Andrew because he rates me a 6. I'm like, I think he's giving me just a hair more than I deserve. But I'm a normal, regular, 44-year-old Midwestern mom of 5. You want me to come on here and say I'm a 10? Do I look like Pamela Anderson? You know what I mean? It's like, come on, just be realistic. You guys get upset with him because he tries to give you a little tiny dose of reality and he doesn't blow a bunch of smoke up your ass. But he's never rude or mean unless you do it to him first.
Facts, man. I'm getting old too, Got some grays in my beard now. You know what I mean? Bald head. Used to have a full head of hair. You know what I mean? Everyone gets old, but everyone these days wants to be a 10, especially women. They all want to be a 10. And if you try to be like, okay, because if you're 10, that means there's nothing you got to improve, right? But you can get in better shape, right? You can have a better haircut. You can dress better. You can smell better. There are things you can do to improve. But if you rate yourself a 10, you are basically saying you're perfect and there's no work you can do to improve. You know what I mean? So I agree with her. Everyone gets old at some point. We're all gonna get old. The best we can do is to try to work out, to stay in shape, to dress better, to just try to keep up. By the end of the day, time catches up with every one of us. That's the beauty of life. You can accept that. You can do the best you can do.
That's not true.
Okay, can you give me an example?
I just gave you one.
Well, you had an attitude. So you were being kind of like how you did earlier, where you're like, I'm going to dominate a man and I'm going to...
No,
so if
but
you come with
when
a
I told-
sassy attitude and then call yourself a 10 when you're clearly objectively
Okay,
not
but
a 10.
I can have that's
Well,
just
you're not-
that was just my personality. But when I said it was like that comment, like when it's like when the person said rate yourself 1 through 10, I literally when it was my turn I said 10, and then I was like, do you want me to stand up? Because I wanted him to rate me, and then he gave me an 8. But then he was like, he had Andrew rate me. He said like a 3, or he's like she's not a 10. She has no boobies.
Doesn't that make you uncomfortable?
I was like, what? Like I didn't do anything. I just rated myself.
Isn't that weird
this
that
is-
your man is looking at her chest? Isn't that weird?
She stood up and asked to have her body evaluated.
No,
So-
but no. I said I wasn't asking for him. By the time I asked, he wanted what's his name?
Andrew.
So
Ryan.
just a second here.
Brian?
You said you were a 10. Andrew said, no, you're not a 10. And he had to explain why. So that was the reason he gave. That's his opinion. No, it doesn't make me uncomfortable. It doesn't bother me.
But it
I'm a 40
it was so unnecessary. That's why I'm saying that he is mean when there's no reason to be mean. Like that was like I was like, oh okay, I guess.
Yeah, I
Like,
watched
that was-
whole
his comment was
episode.
so unnecessary.
I watch every episode. You were no little angel. You were not some sweet, nice girl.
I
who's
am
just
not
really
an angel.
kind.
I'm not. I never said that.
Right. So you had attitude, you had sass, you
Yeah,
weren't
but never-
a sweet
yeah,
little
but, like,
angel. So
in that
if he
moment-
said small boobs, then you have small boobs. Like, what do you want me to say? Like, I'm
Like
sorry that
the
you
comment wasn't
noticed that-
necessary. The comment wasn't necessary.
We're just asking for how you feel.
Yeah, so what they're trying to do, because I think she didn't watch the whole interaction when her husband was on, Andrew, interacting with them. So what they're doing is they're doing their best to be like, how can you be okay that you said this? He attacked us. He did this. He did. So because she doesn't exactly, because if I was in her shoes and she's doing the best she can to protect her husband and stand up for him. If I was her, I would have said, I didn't watch the whole thing, because there's no way he just said that out of the blue. You must have said something. Now she's doing her best, but I'm sure he didn't just come out of the blue to say whatever he said. But because it's a group of women, I think she's the only one who's not saying anything, and maybe her as well. But all these women are going against her for what the husband apparently said, which she probably didn't say out of the blue. So I applaud her for really standing up for him. But they're still going to attack her.
Feel about your grown ass husband saying that stuff.
See? Such a
First of
comment.
all, don't ever say grown ass man. It's ghetto.
I don't give a fuck.
Try reading some books.
Do you know what ghetto is?
Maybe. All of you've been to all this college, and I'm like, where's all the college education for all these college You're all in college, and you can't put two.
You're not even
I
using the
feel
word. You're not
so
even using the
bad
word
for
ghetto
you.
right. So
you have
maybe
like
should go
no
He's a grown
backbone.
ass. He's not a grown ass, man.
have
But
no
saying those words does not make her ghetto.
You have
Like,
no
you
backbone.
know what ghetto
Ghetto
is?
thing to say.
A white
no
woman is called saying the word
backbone.
ghetto. Crazy.
I feel bad for you.
Crazy.
I feel bad for you because you're 22 and you're on OnlyFans and you've already hit your peak. And you're
Yo, this is the type of wife any man would pray for. Guys, when you pray for a wife, this is the type of woman you should ask God to give you. Do you see how she's going? She's like, you're not going to speak against my husband. Because I can guarantee you they don't have a perfect marriage. When they're home, they argue, they go through things. But she's like, in the public eye, I'm going to defend my husband. This is the type of wife every man who wants to get married should pray for. Man, big up to this lady.
Plenty happy to be rude. You have been so rude on this show, Bangs. Don't sit here and gaslight this whole audience. We've all seen you on here, multiple appearances. You are rude and nasty as you can be.
And
then you
that
they're
gets
literally
the
perfect for each other.
views. That gets the views. Why do you think I keep getting invited back? Why do you think I keep getting invited
Dude,
back?
she's literally.
I'm the every time I'm on here, I am the title. I am the title
When they
every
both start
time,
hollering,
lady.
I can't hear them. When
Okay.
you both start clucking,
No, I said that it's like I just complimented. Like you guys are literally the perfect couple. Like I see why he's attracted to you. Like yes, you guys are a perfect couple. Definitely.
Duh, because any man would be attracted to a woman who's going to support him when every other woman is attacking him. Like, come on, man. That doesn't take rocket science to get it. Any man would be attracted to that type of woman. Come on.
listen, I think it's mean. I think it's actually the cruel thing to do to let young women have free license to act terrible, to be entitled, to be rude, to think that they owe everything handed to them on a silver platter because they push their boobs up, to act like this short phase of life when you're at your peak fertility is going to last forever. That is what's mean, because what happens
I'm sorry,
is,
you can't live that anymore, and we're going through it. Like what?
See, this is the thing though. I never did that.
It's
I didn't do this
acting.
thing where I was just like
It's giving
promiscuous
old and
all
mad.
through my 20s and 30s. Are you gonna let me talk or what? So I didn't do this thing. I'd never did hands. I didn't sell pornography. I didn't go through a party phase. I was a mom when I was 20 years old. I only ever wanted to be in long-term committed relationships. I was hoping I would just get married and that would be it. I did get divorced. Wasn't my fault. Wasn't anything that could be done about it. Lesson learned, didn't repeat that. But what I'm telling you is the mean thing is the whole world telling you that you guys are strong, independent women where you're gonna cry because your hair straightener stopped working on your
Not so
birthday.
much on me. You said that you were being, or your man was only being rude to people who were being rude. I haven't been rude. So
Yeah, right. I watched some of this show. All of you were attacking Andrew. Anytime he said something you didn't like, you attacked him. So, like I said, the fact that she probably didn't watch every part of the show. They are going to pretend like her husband was just attacking them because they were just existing. No, you guys attacked him. Now the wife is here because you talked shit about his wife. Now that the wife is here, you're trying to pretend like you're the victims. No, you attacked him. He gave you a dose of the reality. He fought and, was standing on business. Now you guys don't like it. The wife is here to support him and defend him. Now don't try to act like the victims.
I don't feel like you should come for me.
Did you say confront you?
Come for me.
Come for you. I'm not coming for you. I'm saying it's absurd for you to believe that it's like normal behavior to cry because your straight iron broke or cry on every birthday. Like, young women live in such delusion nowadays. That's why everything's all messed up. That's why everything's gone to hell in a handbasket. You guys are not acting like the grown, strong, independent, equal with men, women that you claim to be. And when I just come on here and say, look, this behavior is ridiculous, this is silly and absurd, you can't even take it. You can't take the slightest bit of just like obvious criticism. I'm not calling you names. I'm not swearing at you or anything like that. I'm just saying, you guys were like, well, we want to know how you feel about this, and your husband is rude, and we don't like it. And it's like, okay, I'm trying to explain it to you.
Okay,
Can I explain?
They don't like it. They're never going to listen. Anyway, guys, I'm going to have to put the link down below. Shout out to Andrew. Shout out to Brian. Shout out to this woman, man, for standing up for her husband. What do you guys think? Comment down below. Subscribe. Peace.